There's a Filipino proverb that goes, sakit ng kalingkingan, dama ng buong katawan. Sakit ng kalingkingan, dama ng buong katawan. The pain of the little finger is felt by the whole body. For queer students like me, having to suppress a core part of yourself definitely makes it hard to feel whole. For many of us, college is the first chance we have, not only to come out, but to come in as we reflect on who we want to be. It was at Journeys, the annual retreat run by the LGBTQ Center, that I took my first step in my coming in process. Surrounded by my peers, some much more learned and experienced than I, others just now discovering their own queerness, that I realized I wasn't living my own truth. I had buried my ganda, my beauty, deep within me, hidden from the world. Sure, coming to Georgetown, I did not shy away from queer spaces. Before the first day of classes on my freshman year, I had already trekked up to the third floor of Levy and marched to the doors of the LGBTQ Center. But still, something was missing. I was not whole. And now at the Journeys retreat, that feeling came to a head. Was this who I wanted to be? Forever tucking away that pain in my little finger. No, I couldn't endure it any longer. On the bus ride back from the Kalkanini Center to the hilltop, I closed my eyes and made a promise to myself to be authentically me. Just over a year later, I was able to fulfill that promise on this very stage, Lavender Graduation 2017. Decked out before the crowd in full frontal feminist, not unlike you see me now, I walked across the stage, displaying my ganda, my beauty, for everyone to see. I had finally arrived. Nevertheless, despite my learning to accept myself as a whole person, the world is still not ready to accept me. Georgetown is not ready to accept me. I turn the question on you now. Is this Georgetown who you want to be? Over the years, I've seen Georgetown grow and change as we came in and we reflected on what kind of community we wanted to be. Would we acknowledge Georgetown's history as a slave-owning institution? Would we divest from private prisons and condemn unfair labor practices? Would we protect our dreamers and our Muslim students? Time and time again, Georgetown said, yes, yes, we will. As I witnessed these changes, sometimes as a participant, sometimes on the sidelines, I realized it is the work of students in the Georgetown Solidarity Committee, in Jew Free, Engage, and Ondaki Hoyas in the Asian Pacific Islander Leadership Forum that caused this university to change and continue to challenge this university to change. And I guarantee you, 9 times out of 10, you'll find queer students leading the charge, fighting for every cause, and pushing for every change necessary, not only to make this campus more inclusive for ourselves, but for everyone who passes through these gates and walks through these halls. There still remains much, much work to be done here at Georgetown, especially for transgender students like myself. While I applaud the work that has been done to get to this point, trans and gender nonconforming students need much more than just an LGBTQ center and a living learning community, than just proper name and pronoun recognition. We need health care as well. Access to the mental health services, hormone therapy, and gender-affirming surgeries are required to flourish And we need administration and other students on campus in GU Pride, in GU Queer People of Color, mental health groups, reproductive justice groups, to recognize this. In the name of Cura Personalis, care for the whole person, will Georgetown come in once more and make the next step to care for its transgender students? Just a few days ago for Hoya Saxa Weekend, I hosted a prospective student who identified as transgender. It did not surprise me that one of the first things they asked me was, as a transgender student, is Georgetown safe for me? Sakit ng kalingkingan, dama ng buong katawan. The pain of the little finger is felt by the whole body. As a transgender student, I ask you to secure a future for the trans students who will come after me. Georgetown, as you have let me live out my truth in my ganda, let other trans students live out theirs. We can never be whole until we do so. Thank you.